The Nissan GTR. Everyone says it's an overrated car, and to like them you have to be 12 years old. Apparently, it's not as good as everyone thinks it is. But here's where I say you're wrong. It is actually extremely underrated. It's way better than anyone gives credit to it for. And today, we gotta be talking about it, and if you think otherwise, after this video, you've got to have serious mental issues. Bruh. So let's get into it. Okay then, but first of all, let's start with modability. What is the most powerful modified car ever? It is an R35 Gtr with 3,500 horsepower. You're not finding a modified car that has that much power. No other car engine can handle it. No other car's chassis can handle it without snapping in half, but the GTR can. Also, what is the fastest quarter mile time of a modified car ever? It also belongs to the Nissan GTR. That's it! Basically, the two biggest measurements for a performance car in a straight line, the GTR has it. And here's the thing, you'll never find a standard car that has more power than that and go faster down the quarter mile. Because, like I said, no other car can handle it. And the stock internals in this engine are actually really strong. They can hold about 730 wheel horsepower, while a 2JZ can do about 800 rear wheel horsepower. But here's the thing, the GTR is both automatic and four-wheel drive. That means that the amount of power it loses between the crank and the wheels is a lot more than a 2JZ. So in reality, it is about the same. And the 2JZ is meant to be some godly hold a 10 million horsepower, and the GTR's basically there. And it is really easy to get power on these. Let's say you want 750 crank horsepower, 600 wheel. All you need is injectors, intake, exhaust, and a bypass valve, of course a tune. And you'll be driving around a 600 wheel horsepower, dual clutch, four-wheel drive weapon. Tell me another car that only needs 4 bolt-ons to get to 600 wheel horsepower, especially one that only probably runs about 400 wheel stock. It's not happening, and it definitely won't have the potential, the four-wheel drive, rear seats, a boot of, or definitely not the price. Now let's talk about performance. Let's start with laps. The GTR Nismo can go around the Nürburgring faster than the $1 million Porsche 918 hybrid supercar state-of-the-art technology. It's faster than that. The GT2 RS, it's also faster than that. That's meant to be Porsche's holy track car, the best track car they've ever made, and some little cheap tatty Nissan's beat it. That is god tier. I'm not sure if you remember when it released. Back in 2009, put this against any supercar around the track, and this GTR's got it in the bag. Also straight line performance. You can pick a GTR off Trade Me with 60,000 Ks for just 60 grand. That's about 40,000 US dollars. And for that, you get a car that will do 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds. That is faster than basically any supercar you'll see on the road. Even if you do see a faster car, like let's say 2.7 seconds 0 to 100, this GTR is four-wheel drive and it's got insane traction management systems, so that then even in the rain it can basically still do that. Any other, Ferrari or something, rear-wheel drive will just be spinning up being stupid. Not the GTR. And that's the thing, when it launched, it was the king of the quarter mile. Remember, they would race us against basically all the supercars. The GTR would always win. It was kind of like what the Tesla Roadster's got to be, that 0 to 100 in 1.9 seconds. It was that before it even came. And remember, this isn't just some straight line king trash in the corners car, because like we said, faster than a 918, faster than a GT2 RS around the Nürburgring. That was another thing. Not only could it beat these cars that cost 3-4 times as much in the straight line, it could also beat them around the track. Well, if you think about it, this thing has got 4 seats. Bear in mind that you can't really fit anyone in the back there apart from a small child, a dead body, something like that. It has also got a boot, so you can fit more children in the back. It is also more reliable, so when you're picking up your children, you don't break down. And if this is your thing, it's way more discreet, so yeah, perfect for picking up dead children, because you don't want to be seen in some bright red Ferrari. They'll just tell the police, oh, there's a bright red Ferrari that went past and took it. More practical and faster than a lot of supercars, and it's also cheaper than them. Following on from this, you remember when it came out, everyone said it was so computerized with that insane four-wheel drive system, the dual clutch transmission, all the fancy torque vectoring, whatever it has, all these gauges that show oil temperature, your G's and all that. Everyone was saying it was so computerized and it was bad for that. Here's the thing, come nowadays, guess what, every freaking car has that. Find me a supercar. Is it DSG? Yes. Has got all this fancy traction management systems? Yes. Has got something like torque vectoring? Yes, it has. Is it four-wheel drive? Chances are it probably is. And the GTR started that. And now here's the thing, since every car has that now, the GTR is actually not really computerized anymore, because all these other cars take it to an extreme level. The GTR in comparison to them is actually really raw. Hear what the differentials are doing, the gearboxes, you can feel them violently judder around. Especially around town driving, ask a GTR owner, they are so loud, all their transmission, gearbox noises, drive shaft noises, whatever. It's really raw, and it gives you good feeling, especially compared to most modern day supercars. So why is this thing so good? It's got crazy modability, let alone that you'll never be able to find a car that's faster on the quarter mile or more powerful modified than this car. That alone should have it. But no, adding on to that, going around tracks, this is super fast. You'll never find a car that's that capable, a car that can go around tracks that fast, a car that can accelerate that fast, a car with this much technology, and a car that is this raw, and a car that has 4 seats and a boot, and the reliability of this Nissan. No car can combine all of those. Just try name one. I bet you can't. Good luck, you gotta need it. And what's more, it's JDM and as much as people hate it, you still have to respect Nissan GTR. If you did enjoy, drop a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.